So this is Clan War League Week, last day of it. We pretty much smashed this one. We got a few new guys, more Town Hall 12s and high 10s, so we were in Gold 1. Obviously you can see we pretty much smashed the competition. But anyways, getting to my mirror and my attack. I wanted to just kind of break it down, see if I could help some people diagnose bases and maybe come at bases different ways or develop new strategies and techniques. But basically when I saw this base, thought a few things. I mean, it's got the inherent just defense chasers, your hogs, your loons. It's just got that roundabout path in a circle, but not like a ringus that makes everything go around a center full of defenses and miss the center defenses. This is around the town hall and storages, so you're able to work around the base. You just need some type of entrance. Well, I didn't know until I was about to attack and it was the end of the war, so I didn't really change much, that there is no CC. So of course that's going to usually be a factor, but I decided to go for a Laloon, a Quadlaloon. Basically a hero or entry when you're trying to take out an AD, usually the CC if you can, and or the queen, but your main focus is like something major, either the AD, the queen, CC, maybe an Inferno depending on your town hall level. So I chose, since the queen's dead center, that's not going to help me at all. So what I thought about is, how do we take out the queen with the Laloon? Well, one of the old little tricks to do that I like at times is raging skelly traps. To get skelly traps in your CC, to get them max or as high level as you can get in your clan. And when your balloons basically path over the queen, you rage your balloons and drop a skelly spell. This works best if there's not a lot of defenses that are just going to target like ground stuff that's going to target your troops or whatever. And obviously right here we got air, expos, direct air defenses. No, not maybe a Tesla on the outside of there, but it'll be alright. So that's what I'm going to do. So to get the balloons to fly through that way, I'm probably going to want to come in from over here. That way they're very concentrated to these sections instead of having this section, these to come in from just crazy pathing over here on the right side compared to the left, where you can get it really concentrated, where they can come up through here and then meet in here and be very, very concentrated right there. Right where the queen's at, right where you want to drop your rage, right where you want everything to be distracted so the skellies can tear her apart. So to do this, you don't want to come in at the direct with heroes as well if you're trying to take out an AD, so we can't do that side. You got the king over here, so that's not going to work. This, if you go on the left side, it does not leave really that good of... You're going to have to come at the multi-inferno last, and that can cause problems. So I chose to come in from the south. And basically with my heroes, come in at that storage, or at that pump, put a baby dragon over here to funnel the heroes, wall breakers to bust out here, and then essentially the target is the AD, hopefully the Inferno, or an Expo, but mainly at least all of that. Infernos and Expos being bonus, obviously. And then we can path our loons in. If we have to, want to come in from this way, but if some of this stuff is left over, we're going to have to reserve just a few balloons to come in from down here. Now, when we do Laloon like this, we want to do a surgical. I know a lot of you see people, they just come out and they throw down a few hounds or whatever, and they just hold down that shit and just slide it over and let all their loons out in a pathway. Now, this can work for some bases and some attack strategies and whatnot, but for the Quadlaloon with the hero's entry like this, it is not recommended. You want precision, you want accuracy, you want as little balloons where they're needed as possible, or else, because you have to spread them pretty thin. Once they get going in momentum, they do a lot better, but you need that momentum, and you need to take out the buildings as we go. So, we'll direct balloons at this archer tower, this bomb tower, this cannon, and maybe drop one out here or something. And you only need about 2 or 3 per defense. And you usually have around 17, 24 loons in this attack, depending on if you're Town Hall 9 or 10. So usually about 2 or 3 loons per defense in the directions that you want. Sometimes more, depending on the base and how it's set up and how you're trying to travel it. And we're going to start off with hounds that can come in hounds will come in from here and from here, and you drop the hounds first, then drop your loons, then drop probably drop a haste spell over here to get your loons into that multi, because multi is going to tear apart your loons if you let it sit too long. So get them into that multi, and then probably one in this area to help move everything along up here and get moving. And then we're going to drop another hound in from over here. We're going to drop another hound in from over here. And our other loons should be starting to build up and coming in from this way. So we're going to want to drop like 1 or 2 to this archer, 1 or 2 to this cannon, and then I actually brought CC loons because the max loons are legit just OP. They're absolutely destructive. I don't even know. I don't understand some of this. I came back from a 2-year break, and some of these higher level Town Hall 12 troops are unbelievable. But anyways, I have them in the Stone Slammer, which is another unbelievable, just the siege machines. Okay, anyways, so I bring in the Stone Slammer from this way. And I planned to actually haste the Slammer so it could get to this AD faster. And while you had these loons coming in here, I might throw... So we already used 1, 2, 3. I got 4 haste, so I might use another one here. I'm not sure because I have a rage and it's going to go. Have a rage that's going to go right around this area. And then I have a heal that I planned on probably using somewhere in this area because of this wizard tower and is after the AD. I wasn't sure how things were going to go. This Expo might still be alive, blower, Teslas or whatever else, who knows. But then we also, if we had any loons left, we could bring them in from like 1 or 2 up here. But I don't think I'll have any left. And it won't matter because that archer tower up there in the north really isn't going to do a lot of damage to how many balloons are going to be left over from this attack. So now that I've described it, let's take a little watch and see what happens. Now, I know there's no CC in this attack, and I kind of built it for the CC by bringing a rage for the heroes in the beginning. And I feel even if there was a CC, I would have got it. I would have got the AD. I might not have gotten as much damage to some of these other buildings, but in total, it still would have ended up the same, in my opinion. I love fighting the CC on the go, so I have a lot of expertise in it. But anyways, let's take a watch. So like I said, I brought in the heroes from the bottom. And I made sure to put them more on the left side of this pump. That way they went over to the left because this camp is big and it'll actually redirect your heroes and redirect your troops to the right, because the next closest thing isn't going to be on the other side of that camp because that camp is huge. So that's one thing to remember when funneling or directing troops. So I put them on the left. And obviously with the baby dragons already funneling, they're going to take care of it for the most part anyways. But it's just a little tip while we're watching this. So, I got the wall breakers broken. The king's coming in. He's almost dead. So I popped the ability. Queen's over here tearing up some stuff. So I got rid of all those defenses already. Pretty much almost a corner of the base. And the queen walks in. The king's going to go over here do some more damage on cleanup, which is always good because these attacks fail with the cleanup. That's the only thing that sucks. So I dropped the rage here, which would have been really close to pulling it. The other thing with these attacks to use if you're not going to be able to kill the CC or you don't have the hero strength is to bring double poisons. And when you put down those hounds and they come after your first two hounds, you just double poison that stuff and it takes care of them. But as you see, I got the AD down. She would have gotten in this area, so it would have at least pulled them, which is good. And I would have been able to know what to do and how to take care of it. But anyway, so yeah, that AD just one queen level off, maybe two queen levels off. So sad. So as I said, we have the Inferno left, Tesla left, and we want to come in from this way. Now trying to get this stuff isn't going to be that easy because you don't want to come in from all the way over here. It's just going to take too long. So here I drop in my hounds, few loons. I kind of see where they're going to target one at a time so I can direct them better. And I won't lie, this was a horrible execution. Like, I could have done this so much better. My loon execution was sloppy. Like, all those loons shouldn't have been spaced out like that. It should have been 2 or 3 right down together, not 3, 1 a piece. It should have been 3 per building and down. So that's why this kind of got a little slow, and I don't have a lot of pups. Out of 2 hounds, 5 pups, that's not really that good for this base design, how easy it is to get, the hounds in the way and the loons up and the pups behind. Because, again, in this base too, that's another thing, is with the way these defenses are set up, once we destroyed all of this, there was an archer tower here, but she already had the hound and the loons that were coming in to distract her. There was nothing back here. There was nothing that was going to attack pups, pretty much. This guy is kind of a pain. But to only have 5, yeah, that's kind of bad. And then 1 up on the north side, so not great on the hound work. And then another thing that I really messed up on is right here. I dropped the heal too soon. Once the hound shows his little face, see, look at his health bar right there, the little red. It was pretty much almost 0 when I dropped the heal. So if I would have just waited a little bit and maybe sacrificed, I could have got those pups. And on these attacks, like I said earlier, cleanup is where you get killed. Because as you see, everything's grouped together. It travels real freaking slow. Luckily, I had these skellies. Oh, we missed the skellies. Oops. Might have to try out some editing skills. Alright. So, yeah, we had the skellies, but anyways, they're trying to help clean up a few pups. Wizard and archers kind of to come in. I dropped a wizard up north to kind of get the balloons to center out to get to these storages and hopefully get to the center. Which they do, and it actually, is right at the buzzer. I barely make it. There was, a few seconds left, if that. It was bad. But alright, that was that. That was the 3-star, sloppy a little bit, but with no CC, I mean, what do you expect? You don't really need to be super precise. Yeah, your number 1 defense and your base is gone. You just don't have any hope, but they were going to lose, and they kind of gave up early anyways. So anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed that video and that instructions. I'm going to keep on making more of these. So hopefully they just get better and better. I know this one wasn't that good, but I'm going to work on it and improve. Just I have a limited time to record these Clan War League recordings before we start a war or something, and they disappear or there's an update, you know. How Supercell likes to spring those out of nowhere on us, especially for our fellow YouTube streamers and whatnot, when we're trying to get recordings and we wake up the next morning with, you know, an update and all the replays that we wanted to go over gone. So, I'm happy to bring this to you. I hope somebody learned something. I hope it wasn't too long or too stretched out. I'm sure it is now. And enjoy your day. Happy clashing.